Planet of the Fakes, and Pigstar HH News. Minneapolis Police Chief Medaria Arredondo, I believe that you are to blame for allowing that cop to remain employed knowing that he had almost 20 complaints. You still allowed him to have interaction with the public and to make lawful decisions under your watch. This death could have been avoided, you had more than enough signs of unethical behavior. It is your role as a leader to frequently access and determine whether your police officers met the ethical standards to protect and serve. Shame on you. We don't accept your after-the-fact apology. Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo. Can either of you clarify something for me? I'm a nurse, which means I'm a first responder just like paramedics and police officers. We are all taught early in our training how to administer CPR. Can one of you do a segmented focusing on why the police officers did not administer CPR to Mr. Floyd? Thank you for always reporting the facts. Chief Arredondo should resign. The police officer who killed Floyd had 18 complaints against him. Why was this man in active duty? Arredondo should resign and pave way for leadership that will bring sanity to MPD. I take my hat off to Police Chief Medaria Arredondo just like he took his hat off out of respect to the Floyd family when addressing them. George Floyd did not resist, but he did cry out several times #I can't breathe. All 4 bad cops have to be charged and found guilty of murder. We know all 4 need to be in jail, but we also want all the protesters who committed these crimes to be in jail, especially those who are attacking the police officers. Right, and they were able to arrest your CNN staff for reasons no one understood, on live camera, yet they can't do it with the other 3 officers. That makes no sense to me. Live getting the nationwide reports all day and night. But most times we can't tell what city you're showing. Can you show somewhere on the screen the name of the city and let's stay on the screen until the next city and then change the name? The byline at the bottom of the screen only gives the reporter's name eventually. Ganks, there are good reasons not to broadcast a criminal case before it's charged. Also, with all those officials asserting guilt, the defense will claim there can't be a fair trial. Social media is a simplistic forum. Everyone wants them arrested and convicted instantly. If they do it too hastily, they might miss things and screw up and nothing happens to them. I would rather they make sure they have it right so there is no way they can mess it up. We've seen it too many times in the past, so get it right and convict them. If it takes a few more days, I'd take that to make sure everything is perfectly in order. They will be arrested soon. If it is special circumstances, first-degree murder to kill a person with color of authority, the inverse must also be true. It is then special circumstances, first-degree murder to be killed using that same color of authority. That's why it feels like first-degree murder, because it is. We need them charged with special circumstances first-degree murder because of the 4 of them are. Murder under color of authority, that makes sense. Any crime under color of authority should be treated with the most severity. The most important document when arresting anyone is the affidavit used to make that arrest. People do not just want these officers arrested, they want them prosecuted. Sometimes that takes patience to make sure every important fact is covered. The last thing they want is a crappy investigation and bad info used to arrest and then it doesn't stick. When Martin Luther King said, "The time is always right to do the right thing," he referred to give love and to receive love. I think it's time to forgive. White and Afro nation are the same nation. Today I say no to the hate. Change the main and the love of God will be in you forever. Forgive every time, forgive everything, and God bless USA. We need civility. What happened in Birmingham is not right. I understand them taking down the Confederate momentum, but all that vandalism and trying to set fires to public buildings. Not right. We need civil order. I am for protest, but some in those crowds are for mayhem. Peaceful protest is good, but all that crazy stuff or destruction not right. We need leadership because Trump is not doing it. I am praying for peace. Need change but peace. Folded hands, medium skin tone, purple heart. Luca Rocco Magnotta was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of release before 25 years for murder, and it was on live too. Globe broken heart, globe broken heart, globe broken heart. We all saw that murder, live, and he was handcuffed. A young father loved by everyone. Disappointed face. Are you humane? President. Violence and attacking own properties is a shameful act by the protesters. They should demand justice for George Floyd in a peaceful manner so the state justice system will listen you quickly. Those that governs the affairs of that state are responsible for what happened in that state, and the ongoing violence in the other cities. They should have done this since and avoid more destruction, but they were sleeping, and believing they will sweep it under the carpet like they did in the previous regime. Had they acted fast enough in charging these policemen to court for murder, criminals like Antifa and the other violent protesters wouldn't have taken advantage to loot and destroy properties, stop FFing around and arrest all of those cops. Lock them up. They are all guilty. They were all there, standing there, and did nothing. Not one of them did anything to step in and stop it. I honestly don't know how those scumbag cops can even sleep at night. How does Trump even sleep at night? This is absolutely sickening. My heart truly goes out to the Floyd family during these times. Broken heart, my heart hurts so bad for the family of George Floyd. I will never understand why this happens, nor will I ever understand the way the justice system operates on these horrific incidents. I am truly broken from this, and we must not allow another victim to die in the hands of evil racist officers who don't regard human life. We the people go to vote these government officials who do nothing to change this. I cannot breath as the last words, and no one helped him. Folded hands, Lord have mercy, downcast face with sweat, unacceptable. God please heal us and guide us through this process. Justice now. Just some thoughts. We have all been permanently changed by the recent incidents of social injustice. Please stay free of the demonstrations for several reasons. It is highly likely that not only state-sponsored terrorists, such as China, North Korea, and Iran, are contributing to the unrest. It may be likely that many other organizations that the United States has declared an enemy of the United States are using this time to strike, such as ISIS, the Mexican Mafia. We also see the rise in local gangs working with other entities. Too often throughout history, populations of people rise up when there is a high unemployment rate. Over 30 million people in the United States are out of work. It is possible that over 10% of our population could be involved with these riots and protests. With only 1.5 million peace officers in the country, they are easily being overwhelmed. Only strong, careful leadership will help to make changes. Iran Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and Iranian Foreign Affairs Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif tweeted out their support for #Black Lives Matter and their opposition to racism in a series of tweets criticizing the United States. Both Iranian officials expressed their support for the protests demanding justice for Floyd. Full link in the description. Go to www.amor-ica.com.